So I get to show you guys a lot of the projects that we do here at FMU in the shop. But on occasion, we get events that we gotta hit the road for. And today, we're gonna be taking you guys on a ride on one of the events that happens here at the Iron Gate Motor Plaza. Something when I get to be out of uniform, hit the road, and actually enjoy some of the perks of the job. All right, so where we're headed is Heritage Harbor, and apparently they've got a car show that's going on today that my buddies here at Iron Gate, some of the owners, wanted to head to. We're driving in a little bit of a caravan, and it looks like they're moving pretty good. Now, I'm lucky enough that Alex, who had his car in for some exhaust work, is letting me cruise this thing down there in order to check out the car show. That way I got something worthy enough of the car show, but so far this thing's cruising pretty good, and the guys are moving, so this isn't my car. I might be back of the line. I'm gonna keep it safe and more or less legal, but we'll push it a tiny bit. All right, we're here at Ottawa State Park and taking a little shakeout, parking for a second, on our way over to Heritage Harbor for the car show. So we made it, definitely moving a little faster than I really wanted to. We were really close to that speed limit, but we made it here pretty quick, and we're gonna roll over together, check out the car show, but it was nice to get up, stretch our legs, and we're gonna pop back in and head over. All right, so we're dealing with a bit of a problem. Car seems to be experiencing some sort of fuel cut. If I give it any gas, it dies out, but it has no problem starting back up and getting into it a little bit. I'm hoping maybe a charge pipe fell off, something weird happened. I mean, this is a blower on something else, but maybe it's mass air related. Let's take a look. I did bring a scanner. Let's plug it in and see if I can get some sort of direction. Why is that fan going so fast? The engine temp went way high and now it's pegged, but then it just went back down. I don't know if we just had a failure of one of the temperature sensors. The lines don't feel too hot. It actually is running pretty cool all day, and I don't see anything boiling over. So I'm wondering if maybe somehow, some way, one of the temp sensors just decided to conk out on me. Yeah, we're good. Thank you. All right, so it appears we've sprung some sort of tiny leak. I can't tell exactly where it's at. So the plan is to get through town and get to a gas station. Let's just hope I can make it there, get this thing fixed so we're not having to tow this thing home. Whew. All right, let's get this thing full. Radiator, try to see what the leak's at, and then try to find some sort of auto parts store. Could use something bigger, but gotta make do. All right, let's get some water in this thing. You can see it's dripping underneath the car, so we definitely got a leak. But can we fix it? Well, it won't be here. Typically, I don't recommend putting just water into an engine. The issue with boil over becomes a lot more dangerous. The idea is that it's leaking out at such a decent rate that
shouldn't be able to build up too much pressure and cause a boil over or steam over event. The leak is definitely up top, towards the top of the manifold. I could see it all over the injectors and whatnot. So I'm hoping it's a pinhole in one of the hoses, maybe something up there, but this is just enough to get a little bit registered here. Like I said, it's coming out kind of slowly, but let's go find that auto parts store. All right, we made it. Oh, this actually might be a dumb easy fix. It looks like this heater hose snapped out here. Can I just pop it back into place? Now you guys can't blame me for this. This is Alex's car. He has this whole engine and trans out. You guys know it from the videos. So I might be getting on his case a little bit, but I did borrow it. I did break it. I'm gonna have to fix it. But that thing might just pop back into place and we can get back on the road and get to that show. Oh, it's hot. It's really hot. So close. This is probably honestly why it popped off in the first place. It's having trouble seating down in there. And my guess is maybe he thought he had it in there and it wasn't quite all the way. The main issue right now, though, is it is just so hot. It is hard to grab that boy. Oh, there's the problem. You guys won't believe this. As we've been telling you, we've been dealing a lot with sponsorship and people reaching out to us to try stuff. And I actually had, oddly enough, a company reach out to me with a toolkit from Amazon for us, a mechanic's toolkit. I just said, send it over. I'll tell you what I think. But I brought it with just in case because everything was packed up. Let's see if I got something I could pick that O-ring out with. I will say, it doesn't look like the holder or the orientation was very thorough. If we've got a screwdriver or some sort of pick in here, we're gonna be good. The logo's already rubbing off, but let's see if these tools by ProStormer save the day. Okay, it still looks like an O-ring. Now, it seats down in here. I don't see anything broken, so I gotta figure out a way to seat it back in there without it getting tangled up. Oh, look at that, a nice snap. Now, I'm not 100% sure that is going to, all right, I'm yanking on it. It looks okay. Could it really be this easy? Let's fill this thing up with actual coolant. All right, I went with all vehicle. I know that he's got the red stuff in there, but for the sake of how much water I've got in there, I'm dumping this in and we'll get it taken care of when we get back to the shop. But this mixes with all of them. It's nice and safe. I don't have to think about it. And this is actually at full concentrate. So with all that water that we put in there earlier, it should get us to about a 50-50. All right, we got some coolant in and that thing looks like it's taken care of. I'm gonna start it up, check to make sure we got no other leaks. And I think we still might make it to the show on time. So I think that'll be good enough till we get there. So let's get this thing going. So we're almost there, but these problems popping up got me thinking about something. I think these YouTubers purposely leave some of this stuff like this so that way they can potentially have more exciting content and things pop up, breakdowns happen. I didn't catch it, but this is Alex's car, so, you know, I wouldn't put it past, no, I'm just messing around, but we're almost at the show, just down the road here, pulling up. We're maybe a tiny bit late, but we still are right where we need to be, right when we need to be. Car's driving great, no more leaks, staying cool. I've got the AC back on, so let's check this show out.
Hey, how are you guys?
Good. I need to give you the ticket or?
Up ahead.
Up ahead, okay.
Up ahead, yeah. Take the, not this turn, the next one, take a left.
You?
Yeah.
But you're good. So part of the Iron Gate experience is always going to be doing things VIP, so I guess I've got this lanyard. On it goes. And here it is. So I'm here checking the faults one last time just to make sure that nothing else popped up, but I just had those heat temperature registering faults, but the thing has stayed cool. I don't see any drips under the car. Everything's good, P1000, which means monitors are not ready, and that's exactly what I want to see after that quick 3-mile drive. So let's get out, let's enjoy the show, and let's hope nothing else happens. All right, I'm walking, I'm checking things out, and we're meeting people. Who's here, what's here? Let's go find out. So it's always a small world, and you guys would not believe, but Eric from Radiator Grill Store, actually, you live out here?
I do, yeah. So I just moved out here. We're in Naperville, but now we live out in Ottawa. We live here at Heritage Harbor.
So you're taking that ride all the time when you
Yeah.
come to Iron Gate?
Yeah, yep. If I'm at Iron Gate, you see me. It's an hour ride. Hour there, hour back.
Not only do you got a car-centric condo unit, but you've got a boat-centric housing unit?
Yeah, yep. Yeah, so we got a boat, picked up an older boat because I don't know how to drive a boat. So I picked up an old one. So I don't know what scratches are mine or theirs. But that's how I do it.
I think that's usually how gearheads go. Anything with motor just tends to bleed over. So
Yep, I'm already modifying the thing.
you got any grills for the
No
the
grills,
outboard?
no grills yet. No grills yet.
My name is Paul Alongi. This is a 2024 Ferrari 296. It runs with an Assetto Ferriano package at 838 horsepower. Then supposedly will get 0 to 60 in 2.4 or 3 or something like that. Guy waited 2 years for this car when he ordered it. It was his 6th or 7th Ferrari. He already knew he wanted a blue convertible. Ferrari Lake Forest put it up for sale in January at a $370 price, so I couldn't pass it up. I said, yep, that one's mine, I'll take it. It's one of the few metal flake yellows. Out of the horsepower, 184 of it is an electric motor. The balance of the 838 is out of a V6. So it's the first time I have a hybrid, and I'm still getting used to the low-end torque, that it has so much torque at 2,000 or 3,000 RPM. I need to drive it a little bit more, and maybe I'll be able to explain it better.
Hey, OJ. Catching John here. Good to see you, man. Actually, John's got his own YouTube channel in a little bit different of a format. John, why don't you tell him what you do? I think it's so cool, by the way.
Oh, thanks. John's Vintage Road Bike Garage.
Anything with gears, I think us gearheads vibe on, and you've got quite a collection.
Thank you.
In his unit, you guys may have seen pictures. I think I've referenced it before in a video where I was talking about gearing way back when, but he's got some really cool vintage bikes, and he's done like a few videos where he modifies vintage bikes with modern parts. It's just really cool. If you're into that stuff at all, definitely check it out. So while the show is seemingly kind of limited on what's out here, it doesn't mean that there isn't some really cool stuff out here. This 442 Olds, it's got dual hollies on it, a big Dyer's blower. I mean, this thing looks about as nasty as it can get. I have no idea what kind of power it's making, but it looks like it definitely is putting some down. All right, so you guys who are new to the channel might not remember Lee, but Lee owns a really cool Trans Am that we featured a bunch of videos back when we were just getting regular on our channel. I've got another car of his here. You brought it out today, and this is actually something that I know a lot about because earlier in our modification days, we were doing a ton of C32 AMGs and some of these cars. We were building intercoolers and pulley kits and all sorts of stuff like that. Why don't you tell them what it is and uniqueness of this actual?
So we're in a Chrysler Crossfire SRT. So the SRT version of this, they made 1,000 Roadsters ever. I know everyone's going to Google it. So it's 1,000-ish, maybe an extra 10 or something like that, but whatever. And then they made 2,000-ish coupes, so 3,000 total.
I think most people are familiar with the coupes, but like there was a fair, rarer amount of the
SRTs.
Yep.
Yeah.
So actually really cool. I always thought these cars were kind of like a unique joint venture for them to try to, mess with at the time. And the power plant was pretty capable. It was like a shaved down the V8 that they supercharged the compressor cars. So, and the performance they got out of these, I think you were saying you were surprising a few people on the drive up here.
Yeah, we're doing a road rally from the Iron Gate stuff. And, I love all the cars. I mean, the Corvettes, the Ferraris, the Porsches, and everyone's shocked that the little Chrysler Crossfire is keeping up and either barely getting pulled away on or at least doing a really great job of keeping up. And the car handles good too. So, I mean, it's got the compressor. It's the AMG supercharged SLK basically is what it is, the 3.6 supercharged motor. And it even says AMG on it.
And this color is probably the most iconic of all of the colors that these came in, that blue that when I think of Crossfire, this is exactly the combo that I think of. Cool you brought it out, but I also know you brought it out because he was supposed to have out his Trans Am, which we had in the shop, and we couldn't quite get the differential shims on time for him to hit the road rally. But nevertheless, Lee's got his own YouTube channel. You got to check out some of the stuff he's done. Real estate, but he's also got some musical stuff too that is super unique and interesting. Well, not as packed as I thought it would be. It's definitely got a vibe here, sitting on the river. The people have been great. It has been an honor to check out some of these cars, but it is so hot. I want to get back on the road. Hopefully make it there without any problems. Let's get going. All right, we're driving back, coming back from the car show, and I've got a pretty unique opportunity to see something pretty wild here. I thought you guys might want to check it out. Look at what we ran into here. This monster truck's pretty wild. It's called the Monster Mullet, and its tires are damn near as tall as me, but look at this exhaust, guys. 4-in-1 collectors dumping straight out the side. I can't wait to hear this thing.
Fire up, Johnny.
Have fun. But I also really want to check this thing out. This is a car built to do wheelies and maintain them. Check out the engine in the back of this thing. Unbelievable. That's cool. Bucket seats, you can see all the weights in the back, so that way this thing can lift the front wheels and stay that way. I always like seeing cool stuff that's just built for fun, and this is definitely one of those vehicles that definitely will leave an impression on you.
I had built a 455 Oldsmobile for my Cutlass at the time, but then I sold the body to start my business, but I still had the engine. And I'm like, got her, let's put the 455 in the van. So we did, but we put it in the stock location up front.
Yeah.
And then he went somewhere and saw a wheel standard, and he's like, well, I want to do that at the van. I said, you know what? That really wouldn't be too bad because we have an Olds motor in it, and Tornadoes were V8s front wheel drive.
Yeah.
So he knows the owner of the wrecking yard that we use all the time. He got him at the time it was a 325 transmission out of the like late 70s, 80s front wheel drive Tornado.
What is it now again?
425.
Okay. Ooh, it is hot, but that was definitely a cool little detour. Definitely probably some of the wildest cars I'm going to see all day, and that's saying a lot because we just came from a car show and we're headed back to Iron Gate. But it was super cool to just take a stop and check that stuff out, because you see something that somebody builds, a passion project like that where they just build it for the sake of building it. It always gets you kind of riled up as a car enthusiast. But we're not done yet. We're headed back to Iron Gate where we still got some things to check out. After a long, hot day with a little bit of trouble, we're back safely, had no issues on that ride home. But right now we're gonna head back to the event, which is an owner's event. Barbecue and bourbon is the theme. We're gonna see what's going on, hang out with the owners, and enjoy some of the perks of working at the Iron Gate facility. Let's see what they got going on. I'm gonna get some salad. Do you want some salad? Look at this bread. When they say barbecue and bourbon, they mean barbecue and bourbon. I gotta eat. As a mechanic, you're always on the clock, and when your family pulls up with air conditioning issues, sometimes things can't wait, especially on a hot day like this. So I gotta go disconnect the AC charging machine, refill that thing, so that way they can get back on the road and have AC, and I'm gonna hang out a little bit longer. Mark was actually with us today on the ride. You were out in the Tesla, and it looks like you were kind of keeping up with everybody. What do you got going on there?
So if nobody here has seen my channel, probably Tesla Mark. I've got a Model 3 Performance and do what I can to keep up with some of these guys, professionals like this guy. And yeah, awesome time today. Way better, way bigger crowd, way better crowd. We got pros like this one here today. It was fantastic. Such a fun time doing whatever I can to keep up.
No, it's definitely cool. We got all those ICE engines, you know, everyone's there. And then there you are, not in the back of the pack. That was me in the back of the pack, but definitely cool to see the, you know, the EV guys represented well, I must say.
Thanks.
Did you have fun? That's the question.
Yeah, I represent with the acceleration, not so much with the noise, but the acceleration and the fun.
But it was the twisties. I saw you.
Yeah. This car can now keep up. It can keep up.
Did you do something with that?
Yeah, so I've got a couple different mods. I've got the Mountain Pass Performance suspension that I put on there. You guys can watch that. I do a review of it. And then I added the lower control arm bushings. I put some solid bushings in there. Oh my God, the steering feel on it, so much better. I got to show you.
It's always cool when I got other guys in different fields who are just as passionate out there, you know, showing what's available and pushing the limit on that stuff. But we had a lot of fun today, man. It was good getting to talk with you, and you know, make sure you guys check out his channel. What a day, man! Wrapping it up. Finally finished. I got some food in me, and quite frankly, I probably had a bourbon or two, which is why I want to share something with you guys. Being a young gearhead, I only dreamed of being around this sort of stuff. So my goal with trying to show you guys this stuff is just to give you a little bit of insight on what goes on, what happens, but most importantly, to share the knowledge that I'm picking up along the way and trying to relate to you guys viewing at home in a way that might make you feel like you're here. That's a wrap. I'm gonna head back. I'm tired and I'm still burnt out, but as always, stay curious, stay loud, and we'll see you soon.